Until God is experienced, you do not know him. Let all the teachers do what they want is perfectly all right. They are sound asleep because God in them is sound asleep. And they are speculating. They're theorizing based upon what they believe God ought to do. He should punish this one and punish that one. And they do not know everyone punished is God being punished for his dream. He is dreaming the dream of life. And many dreams are like nightmares. Whether they be waking dreams or the dream of sleep, they are nightmares. But nevertheless, it's still God dreaming. Who is dreaming when he wakes in the morning? I am, that's God. That's the name of God, forever and forever.
So please, if you welcome Dr. Eben Alexander.
I grew up in a very scientific home. In fact, my father grew up in the Depression. He was a combat surgeon in the Pacific in the Second World War. He was a world-renowned neurosurgeon. So he was very much a scientist. And like many in this room who are of my generation, I grew up knowing that science is the pathway to truth. And as a neurosurgeon who spent more than 15 years at Harvard Medical School, and the science that I worshiped before my coma, that science cannot offer up the first sentence to try and explain to you consciousness. Now, on the morning of November 10th, 2008, I was having a grand mal epileptic seizure. It's the last thing I remember. I was gone from this world for the next 7 days. And my doctors were right. I was extremely ill from this and should not have survived at all, and should not have had any experience at all, much less any memories of experience. And that's one of the reasons why my story has captivated the scientific and medical worlds by storm, is because I had an unbelievably robust, hyper-real experience that I'm going to describe to you in some detail. And it should never have happened according to everything that we know. Pure white light came towards me, and it opened up like a rip that opened up into this brilliant, ultra-real valley. And I remember ascending up into this valley, up into this brilliant greenery, lush with life, absolutely fertile. And I had no body awareness, but I was moving up through it, orbs of golden light, swooping and swirling in formation, leaving sparkling golden trails, emanating these anthems, powerful like a tsunami wave, crescendo after crescendo after crescendo of the most beautiful music, waves washing through me. And that's what was fueling this incredible joy and mirth going on in this Gateway Valley, as I came to call it. Now, the important thing to understand is that Gateway Valley was much more real than this world. Far sharper, crisper, and more real than this. This is very dreamlike by comparison. That was a deep, deep mystery to me for a long time, trying to understand that ultra reality. It's very hard to put it into words. The way we know things there, you don't see with the eyes, you don't hear with the ears, you become others to feel the emotional power of existence. The message that I came to through my experience has to do with the fact that we are all truly one.
It was God who had the dream. There's nothing but God in the world. There's no room for anyone in the world but God. He is dreaming the dream of life. So in the end, everyone will awake and everyone will be God. When you say, I am, that's God. It takes all of us to make the one God. In the beginning, God, that word is Elohim. And God said, let us make man in our image. That word is Elohim. A compound unity, one made up of others.
And Jesus, speaking to the crowd in John 10:34, says, Is it not written in your law, I have said you are gods? He is quoting Psalms 82:6, which says, You are Elohim.
Here the mystery begins to unfold. Until you actually experience it, you do not know how wonderful Scripture is. Man must experience Scripture before he can begin to understand how altogether wonderful it is. It's eternally true. From beginning to end, the whole thing is true. And it is not secular history. It's divine history. He took up his residence in us. And man is looking for him to come from without. And he cannot come from without. In the fullness of time, he will rise from within.